Like a lemming, I followed the other condemned passengers through the door of our gate, down a flight of stairs, through a long corridor, and outside. A blast of Arctic air hit me full in the face, and I stalled. You have got to be kidding. Surely we aren't going to be traveling during a snowstorm. However, the lemmings in front continued out onto the tarmac toward a small plane that looked like something out of a 1950s Doris Day movie. Those behind pushed and jostled around me, leaving me shivering in the doorway. I wrapped my pashmina more closely around my neck, braced myself against the wind, and made my way forward as fast as I could in my new Louboutin heels. A set of rickety metal stairs had been pushed next to the aircraft, and I grabbed a hold of the handrail and hoisted myself up the steps. About halfway up, my heel slipped off the tread, and I nearly fell backward. The only thing that saved me from bashing my head on the ground was the person behind me, who blocked my fall. "Whoa, are you okay?" Am I okay? If I were okay, I wouldn't be dangling 10 feet in the air, hanging onto a steel pole for dear life in sub-zero temperatures in the middle of a blizzard. I prepared to deliver a sharp retort, but was halted when I saw the black shirt and white collar of a priest. I wasn't a religious person, but I felt confident cussing out a priest would send me straight to hell. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Even if God wasn't finished torturing me yet, I wasn't prepared to test my luck before getting on an airplane in the middle of a snow-nado. Instead, I swallowed the profanity. "Thank you, Father." He helped me get my feet back on the stairs and gave me a gentle nudge in the back to get me moving. It'll be nice and warm inside the plane." I would have resented the nudge if it hadn't been so cold. Instead, I carefully climbed the remainder of the way up and took a few steps inside to my first-class seat. I glanced around, looking for the spacious leather seats I'd grown to love and expect. When I didn't see them, I stopped so quickly that the priest bumped into me. "Stewardess, there must be some problem here." I stared at the front of the plane, blocking the one and only aisle. A stewardess who looked a bit long in the tooth for flying, but well-preserved, stepped from the shadows. "Can I help you?" "Where's first class?" I stared to my left, but that was clearly the plane's cockpit. "This is a regional plane. We don't have a first-class section. May I see your ticket?" She held out her hand. I rummaged through my purse for several moments before I remembered I'd stuck it in my pocket. I pulled it out and handed it over. "You're right here in front." She pointed to a seat in the first row. I wanted to protest, but she'd obviously been trained by the military to brook no opposition. Considering my dad was an admiral in the Navy, I recognized authority when I saw it. She took one step and maneuvered her body in a way that forced me to step toward the seat. Then she took my bag on the pretense of finding a place for it in an overhead bin. Before I knew what was happening, I was strapped in.